Addition's easy because you can always pick things to add. So if I have -3 plus a -4, how would I show that with integer disks or algae tiles? So I have a -3 and I'm adding 4 more negatives. How many negatives altogether? So while I'm doing this, teaching this concept, I really make sure that I'm using the same language all the time. So if the signs are the same, I'm always saying how many altogether. And we can see here that we have -7. Okay, the same would be true if you have 2 positives. So I'm not going to show you that. If we have a positive and a negative, so if I have -8 and I'm adding a +3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm adding 3 positives, what will my answer be? Well, do I have more negatives or positives? I have more negatives here, so my answer is going to be a negative. Now, a positive and a negative, we know when they go together, make a 0. So they cancel each other out. So I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we've already decided that they're going to be negatives. Okay? And it wouldn't matter what side the positive or negative sign is on. It works every time. Okay? Now, where kids start to struggle is if you're doing takeaway or subtraction. So if we have -5 and we want to take away a +3, what would that look like? So I have 5 negatives here, and I want to take away 3 positives. I have no positives here that I can take away. So what can I add to my -5? That doesn't change the value of -5, but it will give me some more integers to work with. And the answer is, we can add a 0. So if I add 1 0, do I have 3 positives to take away? No, not yet. Kids will quickly decide that, oh, you're going to need 3 zeros here. And if they add 7 zeros, the answer is not going to change. So let them explore with this and play with this. And again, these lessons are happening, really over weeks. So you're spending a lot of time on each section, so they're kind of grasping the concept. Or I do anyway, whatever you decide. So I have 5 negatives here, and I want to take away 3 positives. So here are my 3 positives. I'm going to remove them. What do I have left? I have 5, 6, 7, 8 negatives left. Okay, so I'll show you one more, like this. And actually now we're on subtraction, so I'll erase the addition. If I have +7 and I want to take away 8 negatives, what would I have left? So I have 7 positives. We always build the first number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I want to take away 8 negatives. Well, I don't have 8 negatives to take away, so I need to build 8 zeros. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I have 7 positives, and I want to take away 8 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to take them away. And what do I have left? It's 15 positives. So, the rules that we have about, when you have 2 signs right beside each other, we eventually teach the kids these rules, like a positive times a positive is a positive, a negative times a negative is a positive, and all of those rules. If you do this with kids and you let them kind of explore this stuff on their own, they will generate these rules themselves. And then you don't run into problems with kids kind of getting confused when they're adding negatives. They think it needs to turn into a positive, or we've all seen those things that kids get stuck on. So it really does alleviate that problem. So this was adding and subtracting. Enjoy it. And I'm going to stop the video and I'll make a separate one for multiplying and dividing.